Whiplash marriage. A wrench flies through the air and cracks your windshield. It's the unexpected that makes life so smashing. Like walking along a lake and seeing elk come out of the water. Like talking to a physician about the half-life of hope. Like waking up to the sound of pleading. There are many ways to pretend to die, but one is not surprise. We all have an aging uncle who showed in his handshake the strength he still possessed. He was married to a puissant woman of endemic energy. They sired your most obnoxious cousins. I wish I had a mirror planted in my brain so I could see my life less directly than I do. I had a dream that daylight needed repainting. I called my uncle in Kentucky. He said he'd take care of it, but died when his car drove directly into a dove. Black ice on the bridge. Acts have no meaning, but they do have trajectory. The string quartet waxes the mustaches of its accusers. Innocence has no meaning, but it does have motive. When the lamprey pond overflows, the pole beams will require stanchions. Appetite has no meaning, but it does have velocity. The last handful of anthracite coal is smelted in view of the Opium Museum. Marriage has no meaning, but it does have pedigree. The box turtle in the intersection tries as the twilight worsens to back up. Mystery has no meaning, but it does have gristle. Fog spreads across the mustard grass with no regard for the black ice on the bridge. This is called Greyhound. I'm riding on a bus, sitting next to a woman eating a yellow tomato. We both need a bath. Outside the window is Kansas, then Nebraska. I note that in my ratty journal. Take a banana from a paper bag and pretend to shoot myself. All the reading lights are out. No one can see me. It's the chilling middle of the night. I hallucinate my future. I'm a CPA with asthma. I'm a zoologist with MS. I'm a baby who died of SIDS. The bus pulls into a rest stop. I buy a grilled cheese, a vanilla shake, some corn chowder. I covet a pearl button denim shirt. In the men's room, I read the offerings on the vending machines. Two truckers come and go, talking of Tupelo. Stumbling back to my seat, I stare out a dirty window into the sanitary blackness. We're 300 miles from dawn. This poem is called Mount Harmonica. As I glanced up at the mountain, I began to bleed inside my boots. My legs turned ashen. A yellow chick hatched in my heart. I had a vision of King Gorbaduck. Slivered pencils danced before my eyes. I heard the groan of an eternal combustion engine. Powder blue milk burst from the accumulated spigots of iniquity. A flood of blood worked its way to the foothills. A red bird sang a song of praxis. The parched moraine remembered its sloppy past. All the vows of time stood undiminished. And this poem is called Raw Salt. I poured bleach on the bloody moon and turned it scalding white. Then I wrote my autobiography on it in ash. When the bill came due, I joined the cowboys who navigate by fear. They locked me in a cabin inhabited by moles. I escaped through the mirror and landed in a lake. I baked for weeks in seaweed and lost a lot of flesh. Hittites picked the barnacles off me and packed me in raw salt. I healed in time to see the airmen welcomed home. A tall barker was hawking condo lots. It was Gatlinburg in mid-July. This poem is called The Bison's Alimony. The bison know a lot about Longfellow and wisteria and providence, the piscine nuance of the clouds, God's topological integument. They understand the orphan arroyo. They intuit the numinous prairie. They predict a woolly suburbia. Bison power walk my imagination. I smell in their arrayed dreaming the sedimentary, austere influence, traces of residual magnetism. Under the narrow knot of August sunshine, in the shadow of the reddened face of the future, alongside the maternal mystery of the unused river, the bison make their summary judgments, exact retribution from the enacted masters of wistfulness, and pay somber alimony to the ghost of an ochre wife. And this one is called Peterson Park. The bungalow was unlocked. The screen door was unhooked. The trout on the counter was deboned. The deciduous trees were in a state of virtuous uncertainty. Fallow thoughts bubbled into the blistered brick. A stew of insuperables cooked on the portico by the balustrade. Tenement emotions befogged the window as they encircled the balding home. The lawn wept in its insolvency. And this one is called My Books. My books wound you. They wound me too. They are those undullable knives they sell on TV, shards of glass you can pick up only with gloves to which are glued shards of glass. They are a rain of pins, a bed short-sheeted and stuffed with nettles, a nylon backpack of burrs, all the pinches Prospero inflicted on soft Caliban, all the false promises he made to resilient Ariel. In the middle of the night, I hear them groan. They are torturing each other. They use their spines as swords. What do they want? What does torture ever want? Screaming information. Quick, toss your books. The milk has turned. And this is called Blossoms and Buds. Not enough of us destroy what we create. We need to crumble our blossoms and buds in our hands. Who has felt that powder and been unhappy?